How far would you go to protect the next generation? In the frozen heart of Antarctica, emperor penguins show what true sacrifice looks like. The male balances a single egg on his feet, shielding it with a fold of skin. For nearly 2 months, he does not eat, standing still in temperatures that fall below -60 degrees Celsius. This behavior protects the egg from the cold and from predators, allowing the female to travel far across the ocean in search of food. During this time, the male loses almost half his body weight, surviving on stored fat alone. Thousands of penguins gather together, pressing close to share warmth and reduce heat loss. When the chick hatches, the parents take turns feeding it, giving new life a chance to survive in one of the most unforgiving environments on Earth. Here, love becomes endurance, and survival depends on how long you can hold on.
Deep beneath the ocean surface, inside a dark and silent cave, a female octopus protects her future. Thousands of pale eggs cling to the stone ceiling above her. She never leaves them. Slowly and continuously she moves her body, guiding gentle streams of water across the eggs to keep them clean and filled with oxygen. Days turn into weeks, light fades, currents change. The octopus grows thinner as she refuses to hunt or feed. When predators approach the cave entrance, their shadows moving through the blue darkness, she reacts instantly, spreading her arms to drive them away. Month after month, her strength fades, her movements become slower, yet the water never stops flowing. Every breath is spent on protection. Finally, the eggs hatch. Tiny octopus drift into the open ocean, carried by soft light into a vast and dangerous world. The mother remains behind in the cave, motionless. She has given everything, so her offspring can begin life alone, without competition, with a chance to survive.
In shallow coastal waters, where seagrass sways beneath soft sunlight, a male seahorse drifts with the current. On his belly, a swollen brood pouch pulses with life. Inside, fertilized eggs develop in a protected space, while the male subtly adjusts his posture, regulating water flow and salinity to keep them alive. Days pass beneath the rippling surface. Light shifts from morning to dusk. Plankton drifts by, and distant predators move through the haze. Anchored to seagrass by his tail, the seahorse remains calm and still, conserving energy as the embryos grow. When the time comes, his body contracts in short, powerful movements. Hundreds of tiny seahorse fry burst from the pouch into open water. They scatter instantly, transparent, fragile, and alone, carried away by sunlight and current. Exhausted, the male drifts quietly among the plants once more. His role is complete. In a rare reversal of nature, the father carries the burden of birth in a vulnerable and ever-changing sea. At the edge of a swamp, a massive female alligator rests beside a nest built from rotting vegetation. Warm mist rises as movement begins inside. Eggs hatch, and soft chirping fills the humid air. The alligator slowly lowers her head, opening her powerful jaws with careful control. One by one, tiny hatchlings are lifted and carried toward shallow water, reflections of cypress trees rippling across the surface. Birds circle above, and shadows move through the reeds, but the mother remains alert, her body placed between danger and her young. As days pass and water levels shift, the hatchlings stay close, learning to move and hunt. In an unforgiving wetland, a jaw built to kill becomes a tool of protection, a cradle of survival.
High in a tropical forest, a female hornbill enters a hollow in an old tree, surrounded by dense foliage and filtered sunlight. Inside the cavity, she begins sealing the entrance with wet mud and organic material, slowly closing herself in until only a thin vertical slit remains. Outside, the forest never rests. Rain falls through the canopy, leaves shift in the wind, predators move along the forest floor below the tree. From the outside, the male hornbill returns again and again, delivering food through the narrow opening, while the female remains hidden in darkness with her eggs. Days turn into weeks inside the sealed nest. Chicks hatch and grow, unseen and protected. The mud wall hardens into a solid barrier, blocking snakes and climbing mammals, while the forest continues its restless motion beyond. Eventually, stronger movements come from within. The wall begins to crack, fragments fall away, light floods the hollow, and the family emerges, showing how complete isolation can become a calculated risk and how a tree cavity can turn into one of the safest nurseries in the jungle. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more.